Alright, this is a first for I haven't done this in a while, and I haven't come on at this hour. Normally I usually come on in the morning, your time, in the afternoon in Germany. And what I wanted to do is talk about Powerplay because I think it's very important. Next week they're going to fix things, so we're going to do more Powerplay. But there is a lot of resources that you're leaving by this wayside if you are not actually doing Powerplay. So the first thing that actually I'm going to go over is Powerplay conflict zones. Now, probably you will see this after the fact. That's okay. We are going to record this live, play a little bit, kind of go over a few options you can do to gain a lot of merits. And why do you want merits? Well, number one, you're gonna unlock a bunch of things. Okay? So for instance, at rank 100, after 100, you're gonna receive a care package. This care package has 100 ingredients that will allow you to either upgrade your suits or upgrade your ship. So it'll be probably a 50-50 split between Odyssey and Horizon materials. That's how I'm going to categorize them, because Horizon ships, Odyssey on foot. Hello Moriarty, how are you? So a care package will have 100 ingredients, and pretty much broken up into 50-50. Good morning, all that is Jay, or afternoon, or evening. I don't know where you are. So, since yesterday, I actually been playing Powerplay conflict zones. So I got 3 last night. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And this morning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 power care packages, and that's 10, that's 100 each. So that's 1,300 ingredients. Let's say it's 50-50. That will help me upgrade my suits and my ships and my guns, right? And even my modules. And that's one of the reasons you want to do that. Now, secondly, is that when you are unlocking Powerplay, you are unlocking a bunch of things that it gives you, and that is, number one, they'll give you not only care packages but different perks within that faction. Now, I started with Iceland Duval, and I always recommend to go to Grom, and that's because I don't find anyone as universal. I could say jack of all trades is Grom. Like, I did Iceland, and most of the things Iceland offers benefits for, I don't actually play. I don't like. But I got all the modules that the faction can give you, and I have tons of care packages, right? And I have a pretty cool emblem. But right now, I'm at top 10 leaderboard with 135,000 merits that I've accumulated, right? So let's talk about what I'm going to do today. First and foremost, I want to do power conflict zones. Now, power conflict zones are great because you have a team playing with you, an NPC team, and the NPC team will kind of shoot at the other guy, And of course, it's going to help you. Now, these power play conflict zones are not that hard. They're medium. They don't have anything above medium, and so they're pretty easy. Unengineered ships, they don't regen their armor. Their lasers are not that strong, and I'm taking out my Corsair tank that I built. And Moriarty right there in chat says he fully engineered his hull reinforcement to 2200. I fully engineered my shield to that. So let's go into outfitting. Okay? Now, one thing you should do, if you haven't already, is subscribe. The second thing you should do, if you haven't already, is check the like button. The third thing you should do, if you like it or not, take a poop in my moments. Yes, give me a poop emoji. Show me some love. And lastly, if you don't have a squadron and you're all alone, this is the one you need to join. This one. Mine. Okay? Call sign is DRKK. The current name of my squadron is DRAK. Drac. It's an acronym for Division of Reconnaissance, Assault, and Kills. You know, I couldn't say assassination. It wouldn't. Dara, it doesn't sound as good. Or Drara. Okay, so this is the tank, Corsair, right? And let's go into what Moriarty's talking about, and that is what I did to increase my shield. So I have a prismatic shield modified for reinforcement and fast charge. And believe me, it does not charge fast at all, okay? But what did I do? Why doesn't it charge fast? Because I added 5D Guardian shield reinforcements. This makes the shield almost impregnable, all right? I also added 2 more small ones, a 3 and a 2, and I added a Guardian shift drive, which I don't really need because the ship is usually on the fleet carrier. I probably will replace it sooner than later. I added super cruise because I always slam into suns. That's my weakness. And that is it for optional. What do we have for core internal? We have a military grade composite, heavy duty armor. I did not put any experimental yet. I have a power plant that's overcharged and monstered. Okay. Thrusters are dirty drive and drag drives. Okay. And my frame shift is increased FSD with deep charge. Life support is modified to be lightweight. Sensors are modified to be lightweight. Don't need any of that. The distributor, though, I had problem with because if I put the charge towards weapons, then the system and the engines are going to suffer. But if I put the charge towards the system where I need that for shields, okay, then the weapons would suffer. But I'm running, and I'll show you the weapons in a second, missiles and pacifiers. So I don't need to be that charged up. It doesn't consume that much. I might change this to system, so this way I can give my shields more power and they can regenerate faster. So that's a change I'm going to do. Now I've done a video on this. I might do it again because I need to change that very, very soon. Now for utilities, I have shield boosters, resistant augmented with supercapacitors, and I don't know why I put supercapacitors. Okay, because I really want something different, but that might change also. And 2 heat sinks. because when you're firing off weapons, sometimes you get overheated, so you want to have those. For weapons, okay, let's see what All That Is J says. He says, Moriarty says, I have only 460 shield boost, but I can get it higher, okay? All That Is J says, I intend to build a PvP FDL once I'm back to the bubble. Moriarty says, I do that, but the Guardian Shield regen heats. It doesn't heat, dude. It boosts the shield. Yeah, it adds to the distributor, so you need to have a heavy duty distributor. Engineered lightweight alloys would be good enough for what you're doing and give you better turning. I still got good turning. Right now, my speed is 400, boosted 600. Pitch, roll, and yaw, fantastic. Let me show you here on the bottom. Is it E? Yeah. No. C. So total mass is 2835. I have 0 cargo capacity. And let's go to the shield strength is 2308. And integrity is 1247. So this is a pretty badass ship. Let's go for weapons. So I did 3 pacifiers: overcharged, oversized, overcharged, oversized, overcharged, oversized, and 3 packhound whistles the same way. So these things are just monsters. When I've been playing for 5 hours or so, and I got 135,000 merits doing conflict zones. And the reason I like the and All That Is J is right, light alloy would be good, but if my shield does fail, I want to be able to escape. Giving me a heavy duty armor, like a military grade armor, helps me get out of the scene very fast. Light alloy, they're gonna punch through that pretty quick. So that's what I did there. So we're going to try a power conflict zone. And remember, we're trying to get merits because we want the care packages and we want to get the modules unlocked and we want to get all these perks, right? And if you get if you get to join one of these Discord groups, you might be able to play together with people. If you are in a guild or a squadron per se, you can probably play together with your teammates. But today, for all intents and purposes, we're just doing a tutorial so we understand how to actually do a power conflict zone, what to look for, and there is a exploit. Yes. Drakkster cannot do things without exploits. So I found a thing that you can do to get more merits. If you're not worried about money, just to get more merits, and it's continuous. So if you have a team and you're in a squadron, let's say 2 or 3 other people playing with you, and you want to play conflict zone, this is the conflict zone for you. So let's go and do some things here, and I'll tell you what you can do. Oh yeah. Hopefully FDev doesn't do anything with that. Okay, but I don't think they will. Yeah, my vultures is naked in heavy conflict zone all the time, and I always save. Well, again, All That Is J, to each his own. I like to add the military grade alloy for escape purposes, and also I'm a klutz. All That Is J. If you haven't noticed that already, then you probably will notice it after I tell you. I am a klutz, so I do bump into things, I hit things, I land in the sun, I get burnt up. So I'm always paying. Now that I'm doing streams, I got my attention somewhere else, I just want that extra. I want that extra protection so I don't blow up. Okay, number one. So we're gonna fly off and we're gonna look for conflict zones, which right now there are 4 here next to the sun, so they're not too far away. So how do we look for conflict zones? Number one, this is, if you notice on the lower right hand corner, it says contested. The system is contested. Okay, so in the galaxy map, what we do to find conflict zones that are contested, we want to, this is our power here, the blue-haired princess. I think anybody who colors their hair blue hair, it's, you know, maybe a little strange. But we just want to tap her, right? Nobody else. So let's toggle off, everybody off, and just tap her. And then we want to look for a contested conflict zone. Okay, but luckily, let's get rid of the lines so you can see. Luckily, I found this one. And that is how it should look like. There's 2 circles, which means it's under acquisition. That means my blue-haired princess is trying to acquire it. But now it's contested because Yuri, this badass, you know, he wants to challenge her. So he's contesting her acquisition of this system. So this is a contested system. So that means in this system there will be conflict zones. And there you are. There's regular conflict zones, which the factions that are in the system are fighting. We don't want those. We want the power conflict zones. Okay, now here's the deal. If you have more than 1 or 2 people, okay, you're not Drakkster, so maybe you don't fight well, but you're in a team, right? And you want a lot of merits. Here you go. You're gonna look for something like this. You are with Iceling Duval. You're following the blue-haired princess. Okay, what does it say in the upper right-hand corner? This conflict zone is Yuri Grom and Denton Petraeus. Here's the thing. If you go into this conflict zone, everyone's your enemy. So that means if you fire on a ship there, everyone will fire, everyone will attack you. So that's why you have to be a little bit, you know, more brazen, have a team together, because it does get hairy, okay? If no sides win and it looks like they're both losing, so that means your team and you are all fighting the ships. If both sides are losing, the conflict could go on forever. I mean, literally you'll run out of ammo before the conflict is over. I ran out of ammo 3 times before I just gave up. I said, okay, I don't have any more ingredients, so I just left. But if you want just merits, not money, because in a regular conflict zone, all right, where Iceling is one of the challengers, you'll get money. Here you won't. You'll just get merits. All right? You'll just get merits. Good job, Moriarty. Moriarty says his Panther Clipper has a jump range of 33. That's an ideal Panther Clipper. Now, what we're looking for is Iceling, because we want merits and we want credits. Now, we're actually, the Denton Petraeus is challenging also, but we're not going for that one. We want to fight against Yuri. So let's see if we can find a Yuri and Iceling. Let's stop because everything's moving. I had one. No. Yuri. Come on, Yuri. Yuri and Iceling. So we want to go to this conflict zone, fight Yuri, and try to win. Now, we're going to get money, and we're going to get power play merit points, right? So that's what we want to go and do. You should have a pretty good outfitted ship, but this is a medium conflict zone, so it's not that challenging. Alright? I really wish they had high and very high intensity conflict zones, but they do not. So medium conflict zone, and we're going to go and try to win, right? Because there's two sides. So we're trying to win for Iceland Duval. You're gonna get merits, and you also get credits. You'll get a bounty for killing off one of the other faction ship. Okay. So let's try this out. Let's see what happens. Now this is part 1 of our kind of working for credits. There's a part 2 and a part 3. But we're not going to do a part 3. I'm just going to go over mining for merits, which you can also do in this system. Alright, so we're gonna fight a little bit. We're not gonna fight the whole thing, and kind of give you an idea of what you have to do. Now I'm running pacifiers and pack hounds, right? So I'm looking to fight the red guys. Unfortunately, there's a super glare, and all right. And that's how easy that was. Packhound missiles are crazy. So I got 172 merits, plus I got money. Right? So my team is green, and the other side is red. Alright, so I'm Yuri's, they have the yellow ships, and my team has the blue ships, right? And that was a quick one. He was already dying. That's good. Now they're hitting their other ships, so try to get into the action by just at least tapping him. And that's how easy that was. Okay. I went for complete damage. Oversized, overpowered. And that was pretty quick. My team actually did very well. Okay. We have an allied correspondent in the area. Keep them alive while they get. So just do a few more, and then we will continue on to something else, because I want to show you Soontill relics. Right now, Soontill relics are 400. Right? They're 400. Now where is everybody? We killed them too fast, or what? Soontill relics, right now they're going for 400. If nobody showed, nobody's bugged out. I got bugged out before. Nobody showed up. Okay, somebody did show up. Here we go. Make sure you get in on the action. Okay, like this guy's being devastated, right? He's already gone. So he'll be dead soon, but I got in on the action. I got a hit, so that means that I'm gonna get merit for that. Right now he's gonna blow up, and I got 45,000, right? And I didn't do anything with this guy, so I'm not going to get any merits for it. So you want to make sure you get in on the action. That one's dead too. Man, these guys are good. I'm not even getting any shots in. You can fire, I think, up to 6. Is it 6? Yeah, 4 each. 6-pack hound missiles. It's 24 at a time. You can fire 24 missiles at once. So they do pretty good. So you get the point. So you're gonna go here and fight. You have a team, yeah, NPC team, and you should have a very strong ship with very good shields. I barely got any damage. So I want to get out of here now, and we're gonna do Soontill Relics, which is another way of getting merits. It's a less stressful way because right now I drank 2 cups of coffee and did about 5 hours of conflict zone since 5 in the morning, and I'm kind of antsy, like shaky antsy. So you want to actually get Soontill Relics, and there's a location we're gonna get Soontill, and you have to deliver them to an acquisition system, or fortification, or like a exploited system, but we're not going to go into that right now. We're going to deliver them here, which is Iceland Duval is trying to acquire them, right? So we're going to deliver them here from Nuguri. I think it's pronounced Nuguri, from the Nuguri system, but we're going to use a different ship for that. And actually we're going to send our fleet carrier over there so that we can use the fleet carrier to make things faster. So we're going to travel to Soontill in our hauler, or our T8, and we're going to send the fleet carrier there so it could meet us there, and we can get relics, and then you come back, so we don't have to kind of make this live stream crazy long. So right now we're just working with acquisition system. Reinforcement in an exploited or fortified system is different. You're going to get less credits for that. The most credits are going to be in acquisition systems, where the faction is trying to acquire, oops, I forgot. The faction is trying to acquire, okay, the faction is trying to acquire the system. So right now Iceland is trying to acquire this one, so we want to actually help her, right? We're going to get a salary for that. Actually, we're going to get some money for that, right? 50 million, I think it was. I think that's what it was. What's going on? Oh, my landing gear's not down. That'd be nice to have the landing gear down. Come on. I've been landing great all morning, and now I just mess up for the video. Alright. So this has been as a little bit of a tutorial. I'm going to come back after this and live stream for the rest of the day. And drink more coffee, etc., etc. So let's go and show you the system that we want to go and get Soontill Relics. Soontill Relics is it's an exotic commodity, and it can be found in one location. Now, why Soontill? Because they are actually the best commodity to transport. Soontill is found here. Now let's toggle everybody so we can see what's here. But if I send a carrier here, it definitely will be full in the system. So I'll probably, let's go here. Let's send a carrier to this location, and then we're gonna fly there with our T8. Okay. So let's switch over to our T8. Switch over to our T8. Where's our T8? And for those about to rock, let's see, I think I got 400 in this one. And the last thing we want to do is Yeah, 400. The last thing we want to do is mining, but we're not going to mine because it's too labor intensive, and I'll tell you why. It all depends on how much they're paying for the commodities that you're bringing to the station. So I will show you, if you're really into mining, then there is a ring system in this system that you can actually go to if you're with Iceling. But if you're with Grom, I haven't searched out Grom yet, but I'll show you what I mean by how much they're paying for the commodity. But we're going to go to Naguri and get the Soontill relic. We're sending the fleet carrier there. And we're going to meet it there. We're going to get the Soontill and then meet it there for it to take us back home. And this is 188. You have to be about 150 or even 200 light years from the relic location. Okay, so you have to be that far for it to actually give you more credits. So the farther you are, the more credits you're going to get. So the second option is running Soontill relics, and you can do this a lot. Some people use their fleet carriers as transporters. If you put the Soontill relics in your cargo of your fleet carrier, it resets where you get it from. So you don't want to do that. You want to keep it on the ship. You can travel with the fleet carrier to the location, but you picked it up from Naguri, not from the fleet carrier. So once you put it in the fleet carrier, okay, it will reset the location. So if you travel with the fleet carrier to that destination we just showed you, right, 97088, that's the system, 97088. Right? If we travel with the fleet carrier full of Soontill relics, okay, the only thing that they're gonna give you is credits. They're not gonna give you any merits. So you want to keep it in your ship because your ship picked it up from the Naguri station. This is very helpful information. I didn't learn this till later. So I did a million runs with the fleet carriers. Like, why am I not getting some? Why this is crap? Why are people getting such high numbers? I'm getting low numbers. That's because I put the Soontill relics in the fleet carrier. Then I traveled with the fleet carrier, so it reset the amount once I started taking the Soontill relics out of the fleet carrier. It was as though I never picked them up from Naguri. Okay. I don't have a heat scoop, fuel scoop, so I might have to stop to get fuel, but we'll see. Let's see. These are fully engineered ships. I don't have any shields on this because I want to have maximum storage, so I have 400 tons that I can transport, and surprisingly, this is my Soontill relic ship. You can get 400 tons maximum at that station. So how we're gonna do this? Well, we're gonna travel with the. We can travel by going back and forth, right? By going back and forth with the T8, or we can use the fleet carrier. I might just go and use it because it's pretty fast. I might just use the T8. The fleet carrier takes too long to charge. Now, why do I want to bring the Soontill relic to that system? Because Iceling wants to acquire that system, and selling these relics in that system will give us a lot of money, but also we will get a lot of merits. So Iceling will give us merits for doing that. Okay? So I think I may have enough. Just have 2 jumps. I may have enough to jump all the way there. So I may not need to refuel. Maybe on the way back I'll need to refuel, because I'll be full. Hello, Mr. Whiskers. What are you doing? Sorry if you have to explain. I'm unlocking my last engineer in the bubble. I am showing you how to do power play. Just earlier I did conflict zone. I'm explaining conflict zone, power play conflict zones, getting merits, the benefit to getting merits through power play. And that means that you're going to be getting care packages, unlocking modules. And now I'm doing another method called a rare goods sell. We're going to sell Soontill relics to this acquisition system that Iceland Duval wants to acquire. And that will give us merits and subsequently give us... Are we here? Next jump. So we did it pretty well without having to refuel. That's good. That's a good sign. Power play is essential right now. I've been doing a lot of videos and telling people that if you do power play, you will get care packages. And in the care packages, you will have Horizon materials, which will upgrade your ship, and you'll have Odyssey materials, which will help you upgrade your gear, like your suit and your guns. But since right now we're going to be doing, very, very soon, we're going to be doing operations, which will be a ground, I think a ground raid. It's essential that people upgrade their suits. So the power play modules give you a lot of material. Yeah, Power Play 1 is gone long ago. I hated Power Play 1. It was monotonous. Okay, so in Naguri, I want to go to Cherinovsky City, right? I want to go to Cherinovsky City and pick up Soontill relics. Now, you're not always going to find 400 Soontill relics. And why do I say this? Because the 400 Soontill relics, which is the max you can ever find, is usually when Naguri is in a boom state or investment state or expansion state. So when it's boom, you will get more Soontill relics. Okay, Mr. Whistle says, I think trading is still the best way to rank up, right? There are many ways. This morning I was playing Power Play conflict zones for about 5 hours or so, and I got 135,000 merits. You can do it through mining. If the station and the acquisition system that you're delivering the mining ore to gives you a high enough payout. All right, for instance, before last week, I did mining and the payout for monazite was 700,000. So everything I delivered monazite gave me a huge payout, and I made over 100,000 merits mining, just mining. Paynite doesn't really pay that well. The best ones come from core mining. Like, I'll show you in a second, Moriarty. I'll show you why right now mining for Iceland specifically is probably not a good way to go for this system that I chose to do power play. But the last one is mining. the last lesson. So I want to go to Chernovsky City, and if it's in a boom, and you might want to check this often, okay, because this week it's in a boom, next week it might be in a bust. So that means you're not going to find Soontill relics, at least 400. The more you get, the more merits you're going to make. So 400 is the cap. You're not going to get more than 400. So that's why I'm running with this T8. Okay. So I'm going to get the Soontill relics here. And it would have been nice for me to boost here. It would have been faster. But that's okay. And I'm going to stay overnight, probably dump my fleet carrier here and just do Soontill runs back and forth a few times. And I'll show you what I mean by that. There's a lot of people here. When it takes a long time to kind of come into a system stop or alright, let's land. Okay, so we're at Chernovsky City, and we're gonna pick up 400 Soontill relics, and then we're gonna go back to HIP 97088. Okay. Now there is another way that you can get merits, and that's what Mr. Whiskers said, trading. But there are ways that you have to make more than 40% for it to be substantial. So you have to find systems that are selling low, and then you bring those materials to the system that you want to deliver to and get merits in. So for instance, if I found a system that was selling, let's say, heat vanes or whatever, then I would buy those over there and then transport them for 40% more profit at the acquisition system. Mr. Whisker says, core mining takes forever. It's cool though. I'm still using Cowship. The T9. Okay. How I got my fleet carrier. I got my fleet carrier. Do you have all the engineers unlocked? Yes, I do. I do. Even the ones in Colonia. Okay, so now we're at Chernovsky City. We're going to go to Starport. And we're going to pick up commodities. And there are the Soontill relics, isn't it? And we're going to pick up 400. Surprisingly, my ship has 400, right? Hint, hint. So I actually designed this. I make sure I have 400 ready to go in this ship. So now we're going to take it to HIP 97088. Warning that I'm playing in solo. But even in solo, you can get ganked by NPCs. And this is why, all that is J, I actually have, most of my ships have military grade composite hull. So I can take some hits before I bug out. To get away from NPC pirate, you just need to go faster than 350. But you're still going to take some shots before you can bug out. So for instance, right now, yeah, I'm doing 457, 460 fully loaded, right? So let's go back to that system. So I'm taking 400 Soontill relics and I'm going back to HIP 97088, right? Where I just came from. All right, and I'm going to travel there. It says 10 jumps. So that's going to take a while, but I'm definitely going to have to stop somewhere, right? And get some fuel. So Mr. Wisher says, yeah, the T9, oh my god, I have not gone to Colonia yet. How long does it take? You've been playing this game for a long time. I will be going, though, at some point. I've been playing this game since 2017. I just looked to see how many hours I have in the game. I have 10,700 hours in the game so far. This is my only hobby. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't womanize. And I live in Shanghai currently, so I don't have any TV to watch unless you like CCP, Communist TV, which I do not. So let's see. Mr. Whisker says, do you play solo because of sniping? Is that a You know what? I have private group, so I play with my teammates, and I play with other people in private groups. I don't like open, and I haven't played open since I first started playing because you get ganked all the time. And so they're gonna find you. They're gonna know your ship is a player. So you get ganked, and they outfit their ships for specifically to gank you and to just destroy you. So if I'm doing something like this, I'm done within 3 hits. They'll destroy me. Like you saw if you were watching previously, my tank, I took out a ship in a few shots of my missiles and my pacifiers. So literally, I'd be gone in seconds. So to avoid getting ganked, I play in solo or I play in private group. Now I have a squadron, and I'm gonna do some work together with my squadron. I really want to. I have to plan things out. I think after next week, maybe plan some things out. But I have one teammate. He's going his 7,000 light years out on an expedition. Everyone plays at different hours. And this is not like I've suggested to FDev that they do like looking for player, looking for group, which other games have. Specifically, I played Dungeons and Dragons before this for 13 years, and whenever I wanted to play a special quest, I put up looking for group, looking for player, and I was able to play the quest with other people. But this doesn't have that, so you have to kind of guess who's on, and you have to schedule it. So it would be better if I can somehow on the mission board there would be something that says looking for group, or looking for player, so I can text those people and say, hey, do you want to play this? Or they can text me and say, hey, let me join. So you let them join the team. So I play a lot. Only time I got ganked was when I was unlocking Guardian stuff. How about I miss the war a bit? I did a lot of acts. Now I've been doing a lot of colonization, and doing acts right now is like trying to get on a Harley when you've been riding a bicycle. So it's pretty damn tough. I tried it the other day, but I didn't stream it, and I got my ass handed to me. I can take down a Hydra solo with my Mach 2 Python. I haven't actually outfitted a Corsair for combat. I actually like the Mach 2 Python better. It has 3 hard points that are class 3 hard points. So yeah, I usually can take out a Hydra in about 50 minutes, 45 to 50 minutes, depending how concentrated I am. But that wasn't the case last time. I got my ass handed to me, so I didn't stream it, I didn't show it, because I just didn't want to. But yeah, I loved the actual combat with Thargoids. I loved the Titans. I wish somehow we actually we still had that in the game somehow, maybe in a different location, part of the galaxy, so we can still fight them. But we don't have that option currently, so we can only play what they give us. So let's stop here. So this is a medium size. I can find myself a location. Let's see, close by. Do I have anything? Yeah, this guy. And let's fuel. We need some fuel, because we still got 4 jumps to go. So we took, just to recap, we took the Soontill relics, 400 of them. And the reason you got so much is because Naguri is in a boom. And usually when it's a boom, they have more. And we're going to take that to this acquisition system that's 150 light years farther. It's actually almost 200, 190 light years. At HIP 97088, which is an acquisition system. That means that the blue hair princess is trying to acquire this system for herself. But Yuri Gram is contesting it. So there are 2 factions fighting over this one system. But we're going to take the Soontill over there, and we're actually going to get some merits. And we can do this all day long if we want. I love watching it too. It gets more viewers just because I think it's endgame content. They're hard to beat. They're not hard to beat. You need to use strategy, because like all AIs, they actually do the same thing over and over again. So you just, after a while, you learn what they do. You just have to have the right outfitting. If you work in a group, in a team, it's better, right? You kill them faster. But I don't think it's end game. I think there is no end game in this game. It's just part of the game. It's just a harder thing, because if you actually go into a hazardous resource extraction site, an RES site, the pirates in that resource extraction site, they're pretty badass. They got engineering done. They got great shields. They got shield boosters, and they got shield cells. So you're gonna fight just like you would. It takes actually just as long. Sometimes it takes just as long as a Thargoid. So it all depends what you're doing. I don't think this game really has an end game. But Thargoid is just another category. And I've seen guys take out a Hydra even faster. If you watch Mekin's channel, he's an expert at Thargoids, right? He's an expert. So he can take out a Hydra in a Sidewinder. Yeah, it is one of the hardest combats. It is super hard. So if you're not ready for that, and you don't have a very good ship outfitted for Thargoid, you're gonna get your butt handed to you. So, but like all AIs, they're predictable. So eventually you learn how to overcome them. Megan did show there. He does have a video on cold orbiting, which is kind of flying behind the Thargoid, so you don't get hit with all its crap. So if you do that, it takes a little bit, but you can get it done. You can get it done. You can get a Hydra in less than 50 minutes. But that's not part of this tutorial. This is meant to be a tutorial for someone new who wants to do Powerplay. And right now we're running Soontill Relics. I had to stop. I don't have a fuel scoop. So everything is in cargo. I don't even have a shield. So I'm running this to HIP 97088. HIP 97088. So we don't have long to go. We only have 4 jumps. Now, it seems tedious, right? But maybe you have a better jump range than I do. Okay? Or you're using a bigger ship. And, like, for instance, Moriarty has 33 light years in his Panther Clipper. If I put an FSD booster from Guardian, if I engineer the drives and make it more lightweight, I can probably get high 30s for one of those, and we can probably get better jump range, making this travel a lot better. Okay, so we're almost there. It shouldn't take you more than maybe 10 minutes to travel from one location to another. I haven't figured out how to do a Thargoid faster, so than what I usually do. So until I do, I'm actually going to not videotape me doing Thargoids, because it's too challenging to try to. You mean 1,200 tons? You don't have 2,200 ton cargo. 1,200. Yeah, so you can carry the Soontill Relics, so you can add the shield, you can add a FSD booster, you can add everything that you need to add, and then they can go further than what I'm doing right now. But the reason I'm doing it my T8 because of the boost. The NPC pirates will only be able to outmatch you if you're doing less than 350. So there we go, we're our last place. So about 10 minutes to actually get this done. If I didn't have to stop and I had a fuel scoop, it would be better. So you can put a fuel scoop in your Panther Clipper, but she's just a big ship, so you have to get some maneuverability in it, right? You gotta have to outfit it a little bit. But I want to talk about this right now. So we're doing Soontill Relics, right? First I showed you conflict zones, which is a great way to make, if you want to do combat, that's a great way to make merits. This one is a safe, relatively safe way. And then there's also trading, but I'm not going over trading today. Okay, because now I want to go to where is she? Where are you? Here we go, Peter's Pride. So I want to go here and drop the Soontill Relics. And you can do this all day if you wanted to. Okay, you don't need to actually travel. I think probably better if you take the fleet carrier back, but do not offload your Soontill Relics onto the fleet carrier. Just keep them in your cargo and your T8 or any cargo ship you're using. If you think it'll take shorter time in your fleet carrier, you do that. I'm usually lazy, so I just put on a fleet carrier, go out, get a sandwich, get something to drink, and then come back in the fleet carriers. As it's already transported itself to the station. So it's the distance is from the Guri is about 190 light years. So that's about what we want. Actually, over 200 would be better, right? But since I want to work on this system, this will have to do. Lazy commanders is smart commander. Well, dude, I'm a klutz also, so I put on the Super Cruise Assist because I usually forget that I don't have it on, and I slam into suns when I'm when I'm flying between suns. I do that all the time. Oh crap! Stop! You'll hear me say that. So I always have the Super Cruise Assist. So when I travel between suns, I'm stopping. So it's kind of a flaw. It's my weakness. Okay, so we're at Peter's Pride. We're in HIP 97088. This is the contested system. This is the one the Blue Hair Princess and Grom is fighting over. And so we're delivering the 400 Soontill relics that we gathered from Naguri. And you only can get that much when it's in a boom or an investment or expansion. I believe expansion also, but boom or investment, you'll have soon more than, usually the average is 80, but in boom and investment it goes to 400. You can't stack them in your fleet carrier and then deliver on them that way. Remember, you have to have the distance between Naguri and the system you're delivering to. So here we are at Peter's Pride in HIP 97088, and we're gonna sell them. Let's see. I'm kind of afraid to see what we're gonna get, but let's see what we're gonna get from merits. And we want to get merits. The Soontill relics. Selling them one at a time or in group, by my understanding by a friend, he said doesn't make a bit of difference. So here we go. And we got 23,500 merits. That's not bad for maybe 20 minutes, right? What if you're not from either of those powers? That would be undermining. That would be undermining. So Mr. Whiskers asks, what if you're not from Iceling or from Grom? So let's take a look at what's around us. Okay, so Grom is orange, Iceling is light blue, and we don't have anybody else that is around. Let's see, is this Iceling? Okay, this is Denton Petraeus. So Denton actually can influence. Okay, this is how you find out. Okay, let's see. Let's get out of this. Okay, so in a galaxy map, all right, you're neither Grom nor or Iceling. You have to be in a location nearby the relative system. So if you are in a stronghold system, you know, the two types of systems that you can influence from is stronghold or fortified. Okay, stronghold or fortified. So for instance, this is stronghold. This one with the triangle, the double triangle, is fortified. Okay, now there are distances for a fortified within it's 20 light years. For a stronghold, it's 30 light years. So I can influence any location 30 light years around Lunda Yalala, whatever the hell that is. Okay, so the way I know I can influence is if I press this strategic view. You see this little button there? Okay, and lo and behold, Denton Petraeus can actually influence HIP 97088. There's a little line. Notice the line, right? It could influence that. But let's say that Denton Petraeus wants to take over, let me see, any other systems. It's within sphere of control. Let's say Denton Petraeus wants to take over HIP 96854, okay, which is this one, and it's a Urigram system, okay. What he can do is take power play commodities and transfer them over there. If actually you see this, it says transfer power play commodities, transfer power associated political data, hand in salvage, flood market with low value goods, commit crimes, upload power play specific malware. So you can undermine that system, okay, by doing that. It doesn't say anything about transferring high-end goods, right? So the last thing I want to talk about is mining for merits. Now, Peter's Pride has, and I looked up the commodity section, you can sell these minerals to Peter's Pride. The lower end stuff doesn't actually make a difference because it's too little. The price is too small. Like, you can sell platinum, and the local Iceland Duval system that's fortified, a stronghold actually, has a platinum ring, but I can only get 62,000 for it. Osmium is 51,000, and Painite is 63,000. So I'm not going to get much for these lower end, but monazite is paying 235, and that ring does have monazite in it, but nothing else. There's nothing else that I can actually sell that's worthwhile. So it's only 235,000 that they're offering for monazite. So I can use my Powerplay system that I'm influencing from. What you have to do is mine. Okay, you're gonna have to mine, and we'll go back to Iceling's system, right? We're gonna have to undermine, mine. I mean, no, not where is this? No, not this one. Where is that? Here, there it is. And this is a stronghold system from HIP 100,449. There are rings in the system that have monazite. Let me show you, because this window's open. There are rings in the system that have monazite. So I would mine the monazite, deep core it, and then transport it to HIP 97088, sell it, and then they would give me merits. So I'm not going to do that today. Even though I want to mine, I'm not going to actually do that. But you can mine one of the rings there, and the ring is planet number 4 has the monazite, planet number 5 has the platinum and painite ring. But you can mine the monazite there. Okay, let me show you. Actually, let's see the system view for 90788. Not this one. Not this one. This one. Come on. So this planet number 4, has the monazite. Has the monazite in it. Planet number 5 has the platinum. So you can core mine monazite from this system, and then bring that to that station at HIP 97088, sell it, and you get merits for it. So those are the 3 ways to kind of get the most. Right now, Soontill Relic is 400. I mean, the amount you can buy is 400. So basically, what we want to do is kind of deliver the Soontill here and get high amount of merits. Now, One thing Mr. Whiskers asks is, what if neither are those your powers? And being that this is an acquisition system, you can do the same thing for Det and Petraeus. You have to be close by, like I said. You have to be close by. Okay, so Det and Petraeus is the blue. These blue here. The closest one is this one, but he's out of range. He's out of range. So only those that are within range can actually acquire this system. 20 for a fortified, right? 20 for fortified. And for a stronghold, it's 30. Okay? So being that I chose this one, I chose it because... Oh, and Detton's here. He's a stronghold. He's 17, so he can actually transfer. Okay, he can transfer all these. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. Did you guys see this? Oh my God, that's a... Destroy carrier objects, kill power ships around carriers, shut down carrier defenses, disable carrier generators, scan carrier data links, hack carrier cargo bays. That's going to be next week's. That's going to be the new this is all this here on the bottom. That's operations. That's operation type. No, the carrier. What am I saying? Disable carrier generators. No. I'm sorry. I forgot. This is there's a stronghold carrier here. I never saw this before. Disable carrier generators, scan carrier data links. So I can actually get merits for doing that. But carriers are freaking hard as hell. Okay, so that's it for now. So right now, Soontill relics are going for they're 400 at a time. They're relatively pretty close. You have to be 150 to 200 light years away from Naguri to transport that, and then you get a whole bunch of merits. I got 23,000. You can get more the further you go. So that's it for this week's Drakkster's Flight School. Next time we'll do something else. God only knows what. But I'm going to go live in a few minutes